I'm gonna come back just a little bit early because I have Sophie and he keeps trying to leave, so I wanted to make sure that everybody can see him for a second. I know, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. There we go. Spend the last little bit of my break giving Sophie the scritches. Okay. Are we ready? I'm ready. Actually, my permitted amount of soda is complete. Put my water here so I drink more water. Alright. Now then, I would like to resume our trial. Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examination. The statute of limitations on the DL6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book. I see. Does the defense have any objection? No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand? Will the witness state his name and profession? Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth. 15 years ago, you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? ... It is correct. Then testify about this matter to the court. When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key, but only if I can get it to work. Please, please. Alright, we hear this and then we get to do our whatever, but we gotta read this really carefully. That day I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all. And until now, you thought this memory was a dream? We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the events. Bah, the same claim Mr. Yogi has made. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Alright. Let's do some press. Today I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. What was the trial your father was involved in on that day? I don't remember things very clearly. Only 2 things. I know my father lost, and Mr. Von Karma was the prosecuting attorney. Mr. Von Karma? You were handling that case? It was 15 years ago. I don't remember the details. That was when Edgeworth pointed out the problem in Von Karma's evidence. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. So there were 3 people, including yourself, trapped in that elevator? Yes, myself, my father, and Yanni Yogi. We were fine at first. But then as time passed and no one came to help, my father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. What did you do then? I was a 9-year-old boy at that time. Oh, he's 9. What could I do? I was scared, trembling in the corner. But then, just then, something heavy fell at my feet. What was it? A pistol. I assume it was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi's. The safety must have come off when it fell from his holster. And you picked it up. What happened next? I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. Did you know it was a pistol when you threw it? I think I knew. I knew it was dangerous. But the air was getting so thick, I panicked. So you're saying that you threw the pistol at Mr. Yogi? I was in a daze. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. The gun fired once? Yes. I think. After I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. That gunshot and that horrible scream. The scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. To this day? Yes, I can practically hear it now. I doubt I will ever forget that scream as long as I live. There it is. One part of that testimony clearly contradicts the evidence, but I don't know what it means. I'd better find out, and quick. Alright, so what are our options here? So the scream couldn't have been from Gregory Edgeworth, because if he was shot in the heart, he would have died instantly. Also, how was there a scream like that when... Wait. There was more than one shot. Look at this photo. There's a bullet hole in the glass. There's a bullet hole in the glass. There was more than one shot. Where is the other bullet? Like this? Yeah. There's no... Yeah. No. Okay. Okay. I don't know if the game's gonna let me be nitpicky like that about this right now, but we're gonna find out. Oh... I do have another one. I have the bullet from this case and the bullet from the 15 years ago case, which I am absolutely sure come from the same gun. Like, Yanni Yogi said he got the gun, with the letter. So, you know, Evil Genius sent him the gun because he had access to the gun. He had access to the evidence, because in all this DL6 evidence we've seen, there's been no gun. And that would have been a big piece of the DL6 evidence, is the actual gun. Let's just move it forward. We want the part where he says there's only one shot. It's gonna let me do it. So there was only one gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see. No, Your Honor. Unfortunately, you don't. ... Take a look at this. This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago, and in it lies a clear contradiction to Mr. Edgeworth's testimony. Well, I can see the victim, Gregory Edgeworth, lying there. But what do you mean, a contradiction? Just as I thought, the judge is clueless. As always. Show the judge the contradiction in the photograph. I've been wondering ever since we got this photograph why there was a bullet hole in the door. As should be obvious, the contradiction is here. I see a bullet hole in the door. Your Honor, Miles Edgeworth testifies there was only one gunshot. However, according to this photograph, not one but two shots were fired. One shot hit the victim, the other hit the elevator door. I ask you then, why did Miles Edgeworth only hear one gunshot? This photograph does seem to confirm a second shot. However, when was the hole in the elevator made? It might have been there before the incident occurred. If it was there before, it has nothing to do with this incident. Mr. Wright, do you have proof that this bullet hole was caused at the time of the incident? Yes? Maybe? Sure. Your Honor, I think I will be able to show you proof. What? Impossible! Now, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show us your proof. What do you have that proves the bullet hole in the door was related to this incident? Oh my god. Alright. I want to look at the case summary. Oh, it says in the case summary that the murder weapon was fired twice, and they found one bullet in the heart. It's in the case summary again. Hashtag case summary and hashtag badge. Badge and case summary. That's it. Your Honor, the answer is in this file. You do enjoy dragging out the... Like, did any of you read this? Oh my god. Have a flash forward to the event again. We can use that screen that shows up as proof, right? Instant pictures. You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on. Which page shows the link between this bullet hole and the DL6 incident? I believe it's under victim data, actually. Look at the victim data in this file. It says it quite plainly. The murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot. Yet the murder weapon was fired twice. Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else. Mr. Wright? But who could that someone else be? The murderer, of course. ... I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page. The case summary? That's on page 1. Look what is written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. He does have a point. That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in the door. Like what? Order. I will have order. Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly. That the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked the second bullet. So all we have is the single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim. It's in the picture! It's not a claim! There's literally a bullet hole in the glass on the door! What the hell is happening? I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter. This happened. I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? I have a thought. Because it's the same gun, right? We've established that we're pretty sure that it's the same gun that he gave to Yanni to that he gave to Yanni to do the shooting, right? So that gun has been fired 3 times. And I am pretty sure that this is the bullet we found in the victim. This is the bullet we found in Gregory Edgeworth. This gun has been fired 3 times. We know that the gun was fired on the lake. Maybe. It's hard. This is hard because I feel like it's the same bullets. We'll find it. Okay, keep going. Keep going. What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection? I'm sorry, Maya. What? It looks like I was wrong. Nick! If the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing. No. But you said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent. ... I'm sorry. It's just, when I saw the photograph, I thought that 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person somewhere else who fired the killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Nick. Well, it seems as we finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth. Precisely. I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far? Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any objections? The judge knows. Or at least he understands. The judge sees that there's something wrong here. No. No, I do not. So you killed your father, though that was not your intention? ... Yes, I did. ... Oh no. He's accepted the guilt. Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today, right here. Right now! Indeed. Does anyone have any objections? I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There are so many things I know I should be saying, but my mind's gone blank. I can't find the words. Mia, we need you now. Now, Mia, now would be good. Now would be good. Mr. Wright? I have an objection. We can't just give up. Your Honor. I object. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object? Ugh. Nick? I don't know. His case is perfect. Oh no. Grah! It must exist. The second bullet. What? What did you just say? Nothing. The second bullet must exist. But where? Someone took it. Seems waiting is not going to produce us any answers from Mr. Wright. Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet, it existed. What? But we've just heard proof that it did not exist. I realize that, Your Honor. Really grasping. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. But who? The murderer. The murderer? Then tell us, just who is this murderer? I'm still thinking about that one. Wait. What if there's a bullet hole through the door? What if the bullet hole through the door is actually the kill shot? And Grandmaster Evil Genius is actually the one who shot him. And it's not the same gun that Edgeworth had. It was just the same caliber. Probably not, though. But I don't know that Yanni Yogi was the murderer. I really don't. I don't know that I believe that. So the criminal took the second bullet. But why? That bullet in the bag doesn't say it matches a gun. It says it has clear ballistics. That's what it says. But the ballistics were probably never tested because it was open and shut. They didn't need to test the ballistics. Huh? First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet? The murderer had to find it. Of course there was a need. That's why they took it. What possible reason could they have had? Well, the reason the murderer took the bullet away from the scene with them is the bullet would be proof. Or maybe they thought that the bullet would be used as proof. Proof? It was a special bullet, so they took it with them. If that was the case, then they should have taken the bullet from inside Gregory as well. Except that they weren't fired from the same gun. Huh? Why would they only take one of the two shots fired? Oh, right. Mr. Wright, have you really thought this through? Yes! No, don't penalize me! I can totally explain it! Game, you're the worst! The murderer didn't need it, I guess. Why would the murderer have spent the time to look for that stray bullet? I haven't got a clue. Killing me, game? What's wrong, Mr. Wright? The murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true. Ugh. Had to take it. Had to take it. The murderer? What does that mean? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have no idea what I'm doing. Game, give me agency, please. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene. But the murderer had to take that bullet. Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean? Well, for instance... For instance, what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer? The bullet hit the murderer? Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? Because the friggin' murder bullet went through the hole and hit the guy who shot the original. Oh, God. Oh, no. Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's really what happened? Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murder, the murderer themselves was shot, and they left with the second bullet still inside of them, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime. Yes. I guess that's how it would work. Yes. But there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean the murderer came from outside. Yes. The two men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. And then the murderer shoots through the hole that bullet just made, because he could target through that hole. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door. Okay, that works too. and seize the men inside. Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say. What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved in the incident was wounded. There was no murderer. I wonder if there's a hospital record of somebody who is a prosecuting attorney in this courtroom going to the hospital with a bullet in their shoulder. No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick. Huh? I just thought of something really crazy. Crazy? Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday? Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record. I mean, we know. He's totally the murderer. Maya's 2 seconds behind me. Yo, he's totally the murderer. 100%. As soon as I realized somebody outside the elevator was the murderer, I knew it was him. 100%. Must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. He took a vacation because he was healing from a bullet wound. Yeah, it's an unusual event for the man. That was the first and last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting. What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured? Which would mean... It could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Von Karma. Oh, man. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed. No, Your Honor. Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect? Uh-oh. Should I come out and say it now? Say it now! Here we go! Your Honor, there is a suspect. One lone suspect. ... Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect? But, my hands are shaking. But what? Von Karma. Von Karma? ... You mean the Von Karma? The prosecutor? The one standing right over there? Bah. You don't object? I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection? Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason? So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident? Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify. Nick! Let's find out who his doctor is. It's no use. Edgeworth? I know Von Karma. Perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. That would leave a doctor as a witness. That means there's a bullet in him. That means he's got a scar. Like, all you have to do is make him show his shoulder or, like, have an exam, and you could easily see where he got shot. Nobody's that perfect. So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane. No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Wait. What does that mean? That bullet has to be somewhere, but where? Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove I was shot? It's not impossible to prove. Yo, Von Karma, take your shirt off. Exactly. Exactly. Alright, Von Karma, I'll prove it. And I'll even use evidence. I know how you like it so much. What? The evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is... Oh my god, okay. Do you still have the metal detector? I do indeed! I do indeed! And that's exactly what I was going for. Here we go. We are going for some metal detector. You better be ready. I'm all about it. Bam! Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery, leaving an evidence trail. So then I ask, where is that bullet now? I think it unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself. Exclamation points. You don't mean. I do. There is the possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma. Is that even possible? For all these years? Well, there's one way to find out. We can use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm gonna run this over you and see what we find. Oh, he's sweating. We got you now, you son of a bitch. I refuse. You refuse? But refusing this means you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you. Order, order, order! Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector. Judge, I call for a suspension of this trial. This is an invasion of privacy. The statute of limitations runs out on this case today. It was you who said we had to end it right here, right now. Enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing. Nick, what does this mean? I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. Dot, dot, dot. It reacted. Something's inside his right shoulder. The bullet. Dot, dot, dot. Mr. Von Karma? Dot, dot, dot. You! It was you! Dot, dot, dot. I was afraid this would happen. And so, I remained silent. Question mark? Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident. What? I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6. Why didn't you say anything then? That's very suspicious that you didn't say anything if it doesn't. But, Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that? Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything. It is Mr. Wright who must prove something here, not I. Mr. Wright? Well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from DL6? Of course he can't. You don't have any of the DL6 evidence. That's because you took it out of the records room yesterday. Except I have the bullet. With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright. No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma. What? You were close. One day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof. What? Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. And here's my final proof. That's a bullet? Where did you get that? This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely, with all the ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings. You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago. Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with that weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate. We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We could analyze both bullets. Then, if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol, in other words. The murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma. Oh, because he picked up the gun. He didn't have a weapon. He picked up the gun and shot him with it. You will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. Then we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet. And solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma. Ah. And now he's screaming and freaking out. Lots of screaming. A lot of screaming. Not tearing up my throat. Oh, and that's the scream. There we go. That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know. Help, I can't breathe. Quiet. I said quiet, you're not making this any easier. Stop breathing my air. Stop breathing my air. He throws the gun. Get away. Get away from my father. The gun fires. He hears the scream because because he screamed when he got shot. It's that scream I heard in the elevator 15 years ago. Von Karma, it was you who screamed. Mr. Von Karma? Oh, he is... Edgeworth, only you would dare defy me. So, it was you. You and your father are my curse. Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record. And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you. I'll bury you with my bare hands. Death! Death! Whoo! The nap. 15 years earlier. Chief Prosecutor, I am sorry. Von Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you. I was careless. I'm sorry, but you will have to be penalized. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time. Edgeworth! It was a shock like none I had ever known. Me, penalized. It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly, I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went out into the hall and felt my way to the elevator. Pressed the button, but nothing happened. Then, there was a noise. I was in pain, a horrible, burning pain in my shoulder. Just then, the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. That is true. No, it's absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. They should not be penalized for not convicting. Because, what if they're wrong? I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was destiny. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died, never knowing who had shot him. Later, he spoke through a medium, blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge! What? What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now! End it! Very well. It appears that we have come a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later. Mr. Miles Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. You were innocent. You are innocent. ... As you said, it was all a nightmare. Yes, Your Honor. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, Not guilty. Bam! That is all. This court is adjourned. December 28th, 5:38 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. We've been in court for like 7 hours. Whew. Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? Von Garber looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed. I gotta say, I'm impressed. Yeah, it's pretty close, though. I've seen and heard Japanese justice system is definitely not what we're used to. Correct. 200% success rate, right? I was sure we'd had it. I know, I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. But now it's all just a good memory. Edgeworth. So, it's finally over, Edgeworth. ... Right. Yeah? I'm not sure how to say this. I know. Try. Thank you. I see. ... Thank you, Wright. You're welcome. I think you could have done better than that. Sorry, I'm not good at this sort of thing. You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth. She's got you there. Woo! Amazing, pal. You pulled through just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month. But who cares? Gumshoe. See, Mr. Edgeworth, you should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you. I see. Woo! I feel foolish. Don't worry. Take it a little at a time. You'll get used to it. It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded. Hey, y'all! Lotta! Y'all were great in there. Thank you. Yo, Edgeworth, congrats! Thank y'all very much. I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar even if no one was there. You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you? Well, yeah, well, let's let bygones be bygones, eh? Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Lotta? Who, me? Oh, I went back to college. I gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick. Really? That's too bad. Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park? Huh? It's over, Nick. My life is over. Oh, his model friend broke up with him again. Well, why the sad face, Larry? What happened now? Oh, Nick, I'm not long for this world. You don't look sick. It's Keonce. She's going to live in Paris. Paris, Nick. She's leaving me behind. Should have seen that coming. Yo, Edgy, there you are. Yes. Here I am. Congrats, Edgy. Here, a little gift from me in celebration. Celebration? That's unusual for you. Harry Butts, you come along tonight too. My treat, pal. Huh? Thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. That's the suit that questioned me. When he says treat, that's not police talk for prison food, right? Right? I think you'll be fine, Larry. Right. Yeah? What are you doing? What's up? That envelope that Larry gave me. It's got money in it. Well, yeah. That's not that strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes. It's $38, right? Huh. What a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. 38 exactly? Nick! Wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school? 38 No. No, Larry, it was you! What are you so surprised about, Wright? Huh? Larry was absent that day from school, right? But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. What? Think back to that day 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came into school anyway. Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history. I never was good at history. Phoenix. Edgeworth. You didn't know, did you? I suspected. Well, I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts. I know! Really, Wright, I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Well, this sure is an unexpected turn of events, Edgeworth. You should have told me! Now, Nick, it was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth? I'd say so, yes. There you have it. Ugh. Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did. Well, you have always been something of an insufferable emotionalist. Yeah, and you get worked up too easily, too. Death! The death sentence for both of you! Man, if I'd only known I'd become a prosecutor. The same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time, I thought that I might have killed my own father. I thought that I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all. It's never too late, buddy. I have a law office. You can join it. Edgeworth. Want to switch, right? Hey, y'all. Line up. I'll take a photo. Hey, photo time. Let's go. And after that, dinner on me. Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom. Even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention. Rude. Could have at least waited until he was free. 5:02 a.m. December 29th, 5:02 a.m. Wright and Company Law Offices. Whoa. I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. Huh? It's still only 5. Maybe I should go back to sleep. What's this? A letter? Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium, in training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth, too. I wanted to help you. But I couldn't. I was useless. So I've decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick. She ran out on us. Goodbye? What time is it? Yeah, the first trains for the mountains have already left. To the station! Dot, dot, dot. I guess I'm too late. Hey! Nick! Maya! Dot, dot, dot. Many dot, dot, dots. So, you're leaving? Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay? Wait! What? Dot, dot, dot. I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help. Huh? On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice. You heard my sister? Yes, only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lost everything. Oh, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped, and Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick. But you were the one who stopped on Karma, Maya. Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze. Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped. Evidence? Show Maya some evidence to cheer her up. Oh my god. Polly? Polly is evidence that she helped. Polly? ... Huh? Sorry, Nick. I guess I don't understand. Oh, I don't understand that either. Maybe it wasn't supposed to be. It's okay. You don't have to try and cheer me up. But one day I'll come back and be useful. I promise. So, this is it. See you soon, Maya. Bye. We tried. Bye, Maya. Thanks, Nick. She did. She did save the bullet, so that's probably what I was supposed to say. Oh well. And so my story ends. Time to turn a new page and say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now a new story begins. With the same old crazy cast of characters. Ha! Don't think you've graduated yet, amateur Mr. Wright. Perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim. Yes, Your Honor. Oh, I got a bad feeling about this. Credits! Dun dun dun! Hey, pal, Mr. Edgeworth came down to the precinct to wish me Happy New Year. Talk about a pleasant surprise. Woo! Detective Gumshoe! Then he hung his head low and went right back outside. Kind of like he was embarrassed or something. Strange, huh? Huh? Nick? Nah, I haven't seen him lately. Me? I've been working at a cheese shop. That Missy's a nice lady, but she's not exactly what you'd call a cheap date. Huh? Oh, she's in Hawaii right now, yeah. Larry. Problem. Oh, right? Yeah, I remember him. I hear he's been busy lately. You know, not to ring my own bell, but I sort of taught him everything he knows. I'm sure he's grateful. Yeah, no, whatever. Mister, I was only in the first case, and I trounced you soundly. Mr. Tutorial Prosecuting Attorney. Phoenix Wright. Ah, the defense attorney for whom I wrote that affidavit for, yes. Oh, you should know I've taken over management of the Gatewater Hotel recently. Should you be in the area, please stop by. Stay in our murder room with a screwdriver sticking out of the drawer. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's you. Phoenix Wright? Ah, yes, Mia's understudy, was he not? I wonder how he's doing. Haven't seen him of late. Ah, the days of my youth. Like the scent of fresh lemon, you see. Such a weirdo. Post-game catwalk, right? And they're all like, yeah, I haven't seen that guy. Where is that guy? Oh, it's Old Bag. Phoenix Wright? Is he an actor? Well, I'm not buying it. You can't be a star with a name like Phoenix. Did you know that they're finally putting hammers on... Oh, not that I know what a DVD is or everything these days. I'm supposed to keep up with it. Oh my goodness. Windy Old Bag. What? I'm pleased to announce The Pink Princess is the hit. I sure owe that Mr. Wright a great deal. Oh, and I'm keeping my face out of the public eye till the show's over. I wouldn't want to ruin any kid's dreams, you know? Oh. Oh, I got a letter from Maya the other day. Sounds like she caught a cold standing under a waterfall. I wanted to visit but didn't have time, so I sent her some Pink Princess trading cards. She says she can't buy them where she is. What kind of place is she living at anyway? I think so. I think he is the Pink Princess, actually. I think he's the Pink Prince in the Pink Princess costume. 100%. Right. Who's that? You want to talk? Let's talk Pink Princess. All right. But, you know, I snuck into the studio the other day, and I saw her. The one inside the Pink Princess suit. Ugh, what a dog. It's kind of a shock for a boy of my tender age. Yeah, I remember, right? That lawyer guy. Huh? Me? I'm in training to become a paranormal photographer. You know that picture I took of everyone? Well, just behind them, there's a ghost. For real. Now that's talent. I'm gonna be famous. There's a ghost? They gonna show us this photo? Maybe. No, yeah, maybe. Oh, there is Mia! Mia's totally in that picture. I love it. I love everything about it. Such a good picture. Huzzah! Oh, look! It's not over! So, I had a suspicion that there was another case, but I didn't know. So, yeah, no, I guess it's not over. Save your progress. Yes, please. But that means we will probably definitely finish this tomorrow. Which is fine. And then we can do something else. We'll see what we'll see what we got. We'll see what we got. All right. Wow, okay. It's been 2 months since Maya left the office. 2 months without a single trial. I've had offers, but none I took. That is, until the day that girl showed up. February 22nd, 10:02 a.m., Wright and Company Law Offices. Why do I come here to the office every day? It's not like I want to work. There you are! Finally! Where have you been? My sister's trial is tomorrow! ... Who are you? It doesn't matter who I am, it only matters who you are! The famous defense attorney, Mia Fey! You're not Mia Fey, are you? I'm sorry, but Miss Mia Fey no longer works here. That's a really weird way of saying that she got murdered in this office. So you are the coffee boy? I'm Phoenix Wright, a defense attorney. Right. Wait! You're the Phoenix Wright? The Phoenix Wright from the Edgeworth murder case? Yes, that's correct. I mean, it wasn't Edgeworth who was murdered, though. That's a relief, then. You're better than nobody. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I'm not taking cases right now. But you are Phoenix Wright, right? The undefeated defense attorney? Look, I'm not accepting any new cases. I'm sorry, but you'll have to try elsewhere. Please, I'm out of time. But, please, you have to help. It's my sister. We're having flashbacks. Maya? Could it be? Dot dot dot. Okay, I'll hear you out. Really? Thank you so much. My name's Emma. Emma Sky. I'm a scientific investigator. Scientific investigator? I like her badges. Wait, her, I like this. This is a great badge. I would totally wear a badge like this. 100%. This is really great. I love these badges. Alright. This music. Emma, was it? So you're a scientific investigator? Yes, that's right. Is something wrong? No, it's just you seem kind of, jumpy. Or maybe just young? Young? I'll be 16 years old this year. Oh, I see. Wait, only 16? I'm set to be formally assigned to forensics in 3 more years. My work is becoming quite well known, at my age no less. So what exactly is your current position then? Well, legally speaking, I guess you'd call me an 11th grader. But I'm ready to do my job, at my age no less. Great, another future professional in training. So what's this about a case? You said the trial's tomorrow? My sister didn't do it. She wouldn't stab someone with a knife. She wouldn't. So it's a murder case. I don't care if there's a witness who saw her do it. She didn't do it. I know she didn't do it. It's a scientific fact. And there's a witness. Just talk to her. You have to talk to her. Right. I suppose I will. I promised her I'd bring Mia Fey, but... That's interesting. How would she know Mia? So you want to be a scientific investigator when you grow up then? Excuse me? I'm not a child, I'll have you know. Still, it's good to have a goal, albeit a very unusual one. I believe investigations should be done scientifically. Don't you? Yeah. Sure can't fault her for a lack of enthusiasm. If this case is handled scientifically, I'm sure my sister's name will be cleared. Your sister? I've been doing research, you know. I'm developing a new scientific method of case investigation. I'll show you when I'm done. I'm looking forward to it. Guess I should get down to the detention center and talk to her sister. My sister asked for Mia specifically. This Mia Fey person was a few years behind her in school. So they went to the same school, huh? She always told me to go to Mia if I ever needed a defense attorney. Well, I need one. Incidentally, Mia is a woman. Now that you mention it, I guess it is more of a woman's name than a man's. Well, it's nice of you to help your sister out like this. You must be close. ... Question mark? Well, actually, when she gets like she is now, I kind of hate her. Huh? But she's my only family. Your only family? What about your parents? They died in a car accident when I was little. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, alright. I guess we'll go to the detention center. Talk to this mystery person. He didn't even tell us her name, so I don't know how we're gonna go talk to her unless she's the only person in the detention center. ... I wonder what's wrong with Emma. She got quiet all of a sudden as soon as we arrived. Guard, I thought I told you I didn't want visitors. Sorry, ma'am, it's just your sister. No excuses. Or did you not want a raise this year, Understood, ma'am. What was all that about? Hi, Lana. Funny. I seem to remember specifically telling you not to come here. Perhaps my memory is failing. Look, I didn't want to come here either, okay? But your trial's tomorrow and you still don't have a defense attorney. I'll be the one in court tomorrow. This has nothing to do with you, Emma. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Wow, you look a lot like Mia. Hey, how do you know me? Mia mentioned you. I've heard quite a bit. I'm sorry. What exactly is it that you do? My name is Lana. Lana Sky. I'm chief prosecutor for this district. Oh my god. She's the chief prosecutor. No. Yeah, you're a prosecutor. How do you not... Wait. If she's the chief prosecutor, how does she not know that Mia bit the big one? Two sisters. One a lawyer. Could this be a coincidence? Emma. Lana. I mean, they're just like... Even the hair is very similar. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Alright. Because it has been requested, we will present the badge. Your badge looks new. I polish it daily. In a few years, the gold plating will flake off. Then we'll see the real you. Yeah, whatever happened to innocent small talk? Give it 3 years. Then we'll see what you have become. Alright, we presented the badge. Alright. There's something you should know from the start. Which is? The suspect in this case has confessed to the crime. Huh? Well, wait, but the suspect is... Me. I did it. Well, Mr. Wright? Well, why don't you begin by telling me exactly what happened? The crime took place yesterday, February 21st, at 5:15 p.m. That's quite specific. It was in the witness's deposition. A witness clearly saw me committing the crime. That was a bit of bad luck, wasn't it? The crime took place in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. The prosecutor's office, huh? In your subordinate's car trunk? Classy. I was arrested on the spot, caught red-handed, as it were. Well, that's just great. So, who was the victim? An investigator with the police department. I suppose the correct term is detective. No! No! A detective? Death was due to a loss of blood. He was stabbed once in the stomach. I swear to God. By you? Death wasn't immediate, but the wound was fatal. I see. Allow me to repeat myself, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective. You know what that means, don't you? Uh-oh. What? Mr. Wright, what does it mean? Well, it means the police department will consider it a matter of pride to have me found guilty. They will use any means at their disposal to do so. This case gets worse and worse with everything I learn. So you're the chief prosecutor? That is correct. I'm responsible for overseeing every trial handled by prosecutors in this district. I make sure the prosecutors have what they need to do the job and manage every aspect. Those are my responsibilities in a nutshell. That's an awfully large nutshell. Still, I'm a little surprised. I would think you'd recognize the district's chief prosecutor, Mr. Wright. Huh? In fact, it seems impossible that you wouldn't. Lana? What happened to your hand? Oh, this? I cut myself by accident when I stabbed him, that is. Huh? I'm not very good at being a criminal, I suppose. How am I supposed to defend this? Time to change the subject. Wait, she was in the class ahead of Mia, wasn't she? You were in school with Mia, correct? A few years above her? Emma told you that too, did she? Well, why not? I did drag him all the way from here from his office. Although it seems he has very little in common with Mia. Hey, it was in law school. I was in my 3rd year and she was auditing the class. She was different than the other students. Different? She was strong. She'd do anything to become a defense attorney. Anything. That was probably why she was attracted to me. Excuse me? Intellectually attracted, Lana was top of her class in school. I was the best there was. Oh. I'm doing pretty good in school too, by the way. Sounds a bit different when Emma says it. Well, Mr. Wright? Excuse me? As you can plainly see, I am admitting my guilt. I think it is safe to say there's no way you can take this case. None. But Lana... Why? Why are you doing this to me? You never think of anyone but yourself! Exclamation point. I know you didn't do it, Lana. I know. So, how can you say you did? ... If I lose you, I'll be all alone. I hate you, Lana. ... Mr. Wright? Yes. I believe our discussion here is ended. The rest, I leave to you. Really? That's what you give me to start with? Really? I have to stretch. I have to move. Stretch. I have to take a break in a second. Oh my god. Really? That's all you give me to work with? You mean you're requesting my services as your defense? Don't lose any sleep over it. Your client has confessed after all. The case is over. Right. I'll do what I can to get to the bottom of this. Lana has confessed to the crime, yes. But something doesn't fit. It's that look in Emma's eyes. There's something else going on here, and I'm going to find out what. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. Huh? About what? My sister. She's not always like that, you know. I just never expected to be defending another prosecutor again. She's changed a lot. She used to be so gentle, always smiling. Everybody liked her. I see. Sorry, but I'm having trouble imagining that. What happened to her? I don't know for certain myself. I think maybe she... Well, maybe not. Sounds like there's something there that defies a simple scientific explanation. Let's go check out this underground parking at the prosecutor's office, shall we? Oh, okay. Alright. Break. We will find out the detective's identity, I'm sure. Which is fine. Whoop. Drop my controller. But first I have to take my break. So, go over here. Get some water, hang out. I'm going to run some ads, and we're going to be back in 5 minutes.